Today, as promised, I am going to tell you about my most embarrassing and honestly saddest moment in a long time. So stay tuned and you'll learn all about it. Hi, and welcome back to Transformative Moments with Laura. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. This channel is all about health, wellness, and anything I do to improve my life I'd like to share with you. Today, we are going to talk about my most embarrassing moment, and I found this item in my closet, as I had mentioned in my past videos, and I thought I had gotten rid of it, and I had not. And so I just wanted to share with you all what exactly this story was about. So keep in mind when my husband and I went on a trip to one of our favorite places. We were still living in Arizona, and one of our favorite places is to go to Sedona and go hiking. I didn't have any hiking pants, and we thought we would be able to find something when we got up there. It was no big deal. And we went to a small hiking store. They didn't have an REI close by or anything like that. And we went to a small hiking store in Sedona so that we could hike the West Fork. And there was still a little bit of snow on the ground. So it was cold. It wasn't like something that, I could just wear shorts or whatever too. So I decided to, take the leap and go ahead and go to this small hiking store and pray that they had something. Now, I had been dieting prior to going on our trip, and I was feeling pretty good, and I think at that time I was either vegan or vegetarian, trying to keep my calories low, and but anyway, you all know where that ended up. But anyway, so we went to this hiking store, and anyone that's been to Sedona knows it's this quaint little place. We absolutely love it. And we walk into the hiking store, and there's one gentleman working there, and we ask him. We start looking through hiking pants and noticing that there is nothing that I could find that were anything close to my size. There was 2s, 4s, 6s, and that's pretty much all they had. And so we had to ask. We had to ask the salesman, if they had anything that was my size. The gentleman looked at me and said, "I think we might have one pair. If not, we're going to need you to probably go into a men's pair of hiking pants." Now, I was mortified, but I kept a smile on my face. I didn't cry. I didn't get upset. I just did what I could. And I tried on the only pair of women's pants that they had available. And that was a size 16 women's hiking pants. Those pants were so tight. I could get the buttons buttoned, but they wouldn't stay closed. So if I sat down, it would bust open. If I put any pressure at all, those snaps were opening up. And it was everything I could do in that dressing room to not bawl my eyes out, knowing that not only was I embarrassed, but I felt like I was embarrassing my husband as well. And that was even more difficult than embarrassing myself. So I was mortified. I was so sad. And we went hiking. I loved it. I absolutely love hiking in the mountains. So we loved it. It was cold. The pants came in really handy. Thank goodness I did have them. But it was something that I thought about the entire time. I think the hiking trail was like 6 miles. It was something that I thought about the entire time, that I never wanted to feel like this again. I needed to figure out my life. I needed to figure out why I was not being successful in my fitness journey and my weight loss and health journey. So I went home and started doing research and all that stuff. And it was probably at least another year before I really started to buckle down and figure out that low carb and then subsequently keto and intermittent fasting and all that was my secret sauce that I learned that actually did work for me. So it took me a little while to figure that out, but I remember that feeling to this day of being in that dressing room and feeling like I had let my husband down because I was used to letting myself down. But knowing that I was letting him down and possibly embarrassing him, it was really difficult. So I am going to put in a clip of me trying on the pants that, first of all, that I bought last year. We went hiking last November in the mountains here in North Carolina, and I went to REI on our way out there, and because I didn't have any hiking pants and I couldn't find any locally, and so we stopped there and I bought a size 2 in hiking pants. And as I mentioned, the hiking pants that I got in Sedona were a size 16. Very, very tight size 16. If I can find any pictures, I'll put those up as well, but I don't believe I let Rick take any pictures of me when we were in Sedona for that hike because I felt like a can of biscuits about to bust open. So anyway, here's the clip of me trying on. I have my size 2 hiking pants on to begin with, and then I do put on the other one, so you can just kind of see the difference of what they look like. Okay, so I am going to show you the differences between the two pairs of pants that we were just talking about. So these are the hiking pants that I wore a year ago next month. So I bought these on the way to the mountains in North Carolina, and these are from REI, and they are a size 2 hiking pants. All right. And then these are what I purchased in Sedona. So I'm going to try these on for you. Now remember, these things were incredibly tight. I was busting out of them and the button was not staying closed. And there's 2 buttons on here and they were both popping open nonstop. So this is what the difference is between what I was when I went hiking on that day, trying to keep all of my sadness inside, and remember, I have a pair of hiking pants now underneath this as well. So I could probably fit another small child in here with me, along with the legs. The legs are huge on me. So sorry about the lighting, but I wanted to be able to show you guys in real time what it looks like, the difference between the two. Because when I found them, I almost threw them away. I thought I had thrown them away, but honestly, I feel like I'm going to keep these forever because they're just a reminder that, you know, how far I've come and how hard I've worked, and it's no longer that much of an embarrassing or sad moment. It's a moment in time, transformative moments. It's a moment in time that that changed the direction of my life. So I just wanted to show you guys the differences. So that's my most embarrassing and saddest moment in quite a long time. And I wanted to share that with you all, partly because I needed that motivational boost to go, that's right, I have come a really long way. Do I have bad days? Absolutely. You guys know I do. Do I have great days? Absolutely. You know I do. But I just wanted to encourage anybody that your recipe for weight loss and for fitness and for improving your health is out there, and it just takes some time to figure it out. Is it going to be keto? Maybe, maybe not. Is it going to be Weight Watchers? Maybe, maybe not. Is it going to be paleo? Is it going to be just macro counting? Is it going to be lower in carbs, higher in protein, lower in fat, higher in fat, lower? There's so many different ways that you can look at weight loss and improving your health, and it's just an individual decision and an individual choice of how you do it. As always, we've talked about this in the past. You will need to be in a calorie deficit. It doesn't matter how you do it. But you're going to figure out with trial and error what makes you feel better. Do you do better with more carbs than fat, or do you do better with more fat than carbs? I think you guys all know the answer for me. I do better with more fat than carbs, but I do low carb now. I did keto, strict keto for 2 years before I started really reintroducing carbohydrates back into my life. And I still don't eat over 100 grams of carbs, and that's total carbs, not net, total carbs a day, because that's just not what makes me feel good. I'd rather have a higher fat content in my diet than a higher carbohydrate content. So it really does depend on the individual person, but everybody has got the success in them. It's just trying to figure it out. Leave any comments below if you want to have a conversation about it, if you're interested in learning more about different eating styles. I'm happy to have conversations about those things. And like I told you, when things stop working, that's your opportunity to switch things up again. So your diet will most likely not be stagnant for your entire life. Things will change. Your body changes as you get older, your hormones change, everything changes. And so you just have to be willing to adapt and figure out, okay, well, what's going to work for me now? What doesn't work for me anymore? So I hope you learned something from this video, and I know I did. I know that I realized just how hard it was for me to get to where I am, and realized that looking back over the time of my true weight loss journey, I'm never going to be done on my journey. I have to, continue to concentrate on my health. And I'm sorry if you can hear my dog chewing on a toy, but I still have to concentrate on my health every single day. I work out a lot. I watch what I eat, but I am not tracking right now. We've talked about this. For my mental health right now, I am not tracking. I am eating when I'm hungry. I am stopping when I'm full. I am not eating if I'm not hungry. And you would have seen in my last video for my grocery haul, I'm pretty much eating the same, except for, my protein French toast in the morning is a new thing for me, and I absolutely love it, and it agrees with me, and it makes me happy, and it makes me full, and it works. But everyone's got to figure it out for themselves. So is what I do the answer? Maybe. But it's still not going to be exactly what I do, because you're different than me. So I just want to make sure everyone understands that just because I put something out on the internet and of what I eat or anything like that, that it's going to be some type of magical recipe for your individual body. Just keep that in mind, that this is my journey and this is my story as I've been doing it. And it may be, and it will be, completely different for you. Even if you eat the same things exactly as I ate, or that I eat now, you're still going to have a different experience than I am, because we're all different. But once again, I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to continue to be putting out content of all different kinds of things. I really just want to help people understand that you can do this. Everybody can do this. Everybody has it in them to do this, but it's just taking that time to, one, get your get your mental, health and mind in the game. And 2, being willing to experiment and figure out exactly what's going to work for you. So until next time, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.